What's going on, everyone? Glenabot here, and let's go save your beavers. Just like in any one of these games, make sure you pause it straight away. If you've played Timberborn before, you will know that. Right, in this video I'm going to go over the 5 biggest mistakes beginners make in Timberborn hard mode. I say beginners, mainly myself. So, let's get started. Mistake number 1, not evaluating your resources. So, as you can see, we have some trees down here, some dead trees up here, and also some berries in your immediate vicinity that you can get to straight away. We also have some dead trees up here, and if we kind of move down here, you'll also notice some oaks down here and some berries across the river. These would be pretty helpful sooner rather than later. Then you've got resources like this where by the times you reach these, you should have farms in place and foresters ready to go. What I mean by evaluating the resources is you're kind of looking at what you've got immediately, and you can kind of roughly work out how much you can kind of build and how much you can progress with the logs available before needing a forester or needing to get to some more resources. Obviously, you're not going to go around counting all the bloody trees, but what I mean is you have an idea. Just take your time. You paused, you're ready to go. And while you're paused, kind of brings me on to mistake number 2. Plan, place, prioritise. Not planning, not utilising the space that you have available, and not prioritising the buildings in the order that you want them to be built. Plan. What I mean by this is you want to plan your early settlement, your colony layout pretty soon. And don't think that this layout is going to stick to, far future. This early settlement, it can be changed quite easily. So don't worry about placing things where you think, oh, I don't want it there, if it makes sense for the time being. Just place it, start getting established, get your beavers happy, and once you kind of get into a stage where you've got storage of water, storage of food, then you can move on and you can start moving things into better locations that you feel are more aesthetically pleasing. Place. You want to start by placing your most essential buildings first. Things like your water pumps, farms, map dependent, your inventors' huts, and things like that. You don't want to worry about any other sort of unnecessary buildings this early on. And then you want to prioritise. You want your beavers to start building the buildings you want them to build first. Again, resources. You're kind of getting the picture now, aren't you? So you want them to build things like the water pumps first, the farms first, and then move on to the secondary buildings like maybe some storage, your inventor's hut, and things like that. Make sure you utilise that, and you're in charge, you're the boss. Tell your beavers what to do. Once you're happy with your layout of your early settlement, that's when you can press play. Let your beavers do their thing. Build. That kind of brings me nicely on to mistake number 3. Not building a dam soon enough. In hard mode, you want to get a dam because you want storage ASAP. And if we look at this river, it is flowing down this way, as you all can see, and obviously we've got turd water up here. We're just going to go around there. So you don't want to build a dam down there, because you don't want to hold and pollute all this beautiful river here. You want it up here somewhere, obviously where your water pumps are as well. But the keen-eyed among you would notice that to kind of build a dam, we're going to need some stairs. This is why... oh, bollocks. This is why it's map dependent whether you're going to need one of these. Because obviously in this one, we want to get stairs ASAP. All depends on where you want to build your dam. For me, I would say maybe here, straight across, or even here, to be able to get to the resources. We'll put it there. And of course, you all know we can use that as a bridge. This is the whole point. This is why I emphasise on the map-dependent inventor's hut. And speaking of dams, again, this kind of leads me nicely on to mistake number 4, failing to plan ahead. So, while your beavers are quite happily working away, building what they need to do, have a moment, a little breather, and have a look around at the map. What we can see up here, we've got some sort of like natural kind of walled area. So the river's coming down here, and we've got a good maybe 3 levels there. Yeah, so I mean this might look like a good kind of location for, some floodgates. Maybe something like this. you know, and then you can turn this sort of area into a mega reservoir. Obviously, as you know, we're going to get bad tides as well, so turd water, sewage will come down this river and completely pollute everything. So you might want to get some floodgates in here, so when you close this off you can turn this on and the turd waters will come straight down here, something like this. So planning ahead, you just want to take a moment and kind of get a vision of where you want to kind of aim for. That way you can kind of start building towards that vision. Maybe down here, obviously it'll take you a little while to block this off, so you might want to utilise this bit of river here for maybe power, you know, something like this. As you can see, you kind of squeeze the river in, create water to flow faster, generating more power. This is good for beavers because beavers like power for some reason. The whole idea for hard mode in this game is kind of drought proofing your colony. You want to make sure that you can withstand and survive the long droughts. They're like 30 days long, the longest one I think maybe. So you just want to make sure you've got enough resources to do that. And obviously the key resource in Timberborn is obviously water. This is what the beavers crave, this is what the beavers need to survive. And you want to be able to master it. You kind of had time to look around and you've put a plan in your head of what major project you want to work towards. You want to make sure that you've got the resources you need for your beavers to survive. That's where mistake number 5 comes in. You don't want to expand too quickly. Yes, maybe later on you can chuck 3 houses, 4 houses in and it won't have much of an effect on your colony. Early on though, if you kind of chuck 2 houses, maybe even 1 house sometimes, can affect the way your resources are balanced. You want to make sure that you have a steady income of food and water before you start expanding your colony too quickly, because remember, the more beavers basically means that the more mouths to feed. So just to recap guys on the 5 mistakes beginners make. Mistake number 1, not evaluating the resources, take your time to have a look around. Mistake number 2, plan, place, prioritise. Mistake number 3, build a dam as soon as you can. Damn, that rhymed. Boom! Mistake number 4, failing to plan ahead. And of course the final mistake, expanding too quickly. And once you've mastered and learnt from these mistakes, you can get your colony going from this to this. So if you think there's anything that I've missed or any tips that you have for the game, please leave in the comments and we can share amongst each other and become better beaver gods. If you've enjoyed this video guys, please leave a like, it lets me know, and also I'll make more videos like this in the future, more kind of like tutorials for Timberborn. Remember to subscribe guys as well, because in the next video I'm going to be putting my knowledge and skills to the test and proving that the tips and tricks that I've shown in this video does work. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.